Let's begin today's video with a short story. A story of an elephant which is tied with a very small thin rope to a small peg, and he thinks he cannot break this because it is a mental block. This is what our situation is today. In immigration, this is exactly our situation. Our situation is having a mental block. So let's start today's video with this note. Hello friends, I am Satvinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I am a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today's video is very special because I am going to talk about a very special program which covers lot of profession. There is very little or misleading or broken information which is available on internet. So I am giving you a complete detailed information about this program. Before I start this, I have a very small request. If you have not subscribed to the channel so far, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. So please press the bell icon because as soon as we upload the video, this will come to you. So without further delay, let's get started on today's very important video. Please watch it till the end. A lot of things are covered in this. This is a very special program. This program is called Self-Employed Program. I'll cover the entire details about this self-employed program. To understand what self-employed program is, let's quickly understand the immigration categories. So broadly, the economic immigration is divided into two major categories. The first category is federal. The second one is provincial. So federal and provincial, two categories. Provincial, I have covered many times with you regarding a different provinces program like Alberta Tech program, Saskatchewan programs, PNP programs. I have covered a lot of PNP programs, pilot programs from the province pilot programs, right? Federal, I have covered mostly everything. One program was left and this is the program I am going to take today. So on the federal side, I have many times covered with you Express Entry, which is a famous and well-known program under the federal category. Pilot programs. Under pilot program, I have covered with you nanny program. I have covered with you in the nanny program. There are two programs, home support worker and home child care. I have complete detailed videos on home child care and home support worker, RNIP, rural and northern immigration program, and agri-food pilot program. I have covered all these with you. My detailed videos are available on this. Another thing is AIP. AIP is Atlantic Immigration Program. It was a pilot program, but now it has become a regular federal program. And then SUV, no, not the one which we drive, SUV, not that SUV. SUV is Startup Visa. It's an acronym, Startup Visa. This is for the businessman Startup Visa program. I have a complete detailed video also on this one too. The only thing which was left was this program, which is self-employed. So I got a couple of requests on this. So I am today sharing this self-employed program with you. So self-employed program, first of all, what is this self-employed program? So self-employed program, as I mentioned to you, it is a federal program. Federal program to get what? To get PR. You will get PR, right? So this is a federal program to get PR. You can immigrate to any province. You can go to Ontario, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, anywhere, any territory, Yukon. You can go to any of the Atlantic provinces, anywhere except Quebec. All provinces and territories are allowed. You can go to anywhere except Quebec because Quebec has little different laws. You can immigrate with the entire family, and only two groups are allowed. So self-employed, here it is very important to understand. Earlier there were three groups. 2018 there was like farm group also, but which has been taken off. Only two groups are currently allowed, and these two groups, people think, okay, I have a factory, I have a grocery store back home in India, Pakistan. Can I come under self-employed? No, you can't. Only two groups are allowed under self-employed. These two groups are what? The first group is cultural activities. Any kind of cultural activities. You are into movie making, plays, dramas, right? You are into handicrafts, you are into making any kind of cultural items or cultural services you are providing, this category. Or you are into athletics, any kind of games or athletics. Track and field, you are into any kind of races, you are into cricket, you are into hockey, you are into basketball, you are into any kind of games, any game, you are in this category. So two categories, athletics and cultural. These two categories are allowed. There is no age limit. No age limit. There is no minimum net worth required. Like in the business category, you have to show from 150 to 100,000 to 800,000 of net worth, which is very, very difficult, right? But here there is no net worth. You don't need to show any net worth. No linear or job offer is also required, right? So this is excellent program in terms of that. Now, question is, who comes under this program? And here it is very important to understand, because there is a long list of people who come under this, but people are not aware. They are not aware. They are selling their diamond at the rate of junk. They are selling their diamond at the rate of junk because awareness is not there. So many professions come under this. So I am telling you, this is not the complete list. Maybe there are much more, but whatever I know, I am sharing with you, right? So list of people who come under this: producers, movie producers, drama producers, play producers, directors, choreographers, composers, writers, playwriter, any kind of serial writers, they are under this category. Authors of books, novels, any kind of articles, they come under this category. Editors, musicians, any kind of music, classical music, rap music, whatever music, you play the instrument, you are into this category, right? Singers, any kind of singers. You could be Punjabi singer, you could be Gujarati singer, you could be Marathi singer. Singers come into this category. Dancers from Bhangra to rap, any kind of dancers. You could be any kind of ballet dancing, Bhangra dancing, anything. They come under this category. Actors, TV actors, movie actors, drama actors, they come under this category. Comedians, stand-up artists, painters, sculpturists, you make sculptures, you come under this category. Visual artists, radio jockeys, RJ, advertisement creators, photographers, videographers. Then you have art directors, you have makeup artists, they also come under this category. This list not ends here, more to come. Look at this, right? So you have fashion designers, you have graphic designers, you have interior designers, set designers, which design sets for movies, theaters, jewelry designers, textile designers, floral arrangers, which make arrangements of flowers, right? Floral arrangers, artists, any kind of artisan, craftsmen, handicrafts, you make handicrafts, so you come under this category. Then pottery makers, you make vase, you make cup plates, you make any kind of pottery, you are into pottery. You come under this category. Librarians also come under this category. Athletes. Now I'm taking a minute break here. What is athlete? You can be any kind of athlete. Field sport, water sport, any kind of athlete you are. You are track and field, you play basketball, cricket, hockey, anything, you come under this category. Coaches, not just their athletes, their coaches also. Sports officials also, referees also, trainers also, their program leaders also, their instructors, fitness leads, they also come under this category. Commentators, they don't know about it. Yes, commentators also come under this category. Announcers on TV or radio, they also come under this category. Journalists, they are not aware that journalists come under this category. And believe me, here in Brampton, Canada, more than 20-25 newspapers are published from Brampton, Canada in Punjabi, Urdu language, Gujarati language, more than total about 40-50 languages, 40-50 newspapers are published in the regional languages, around 40-50. So if you are a journalist, you write article, you are not employed with some company, right? Not with any newspaper company or not with any kind of magazine, but you write, you are a freelancer journalist. You write article, you get the royalty. You are a free writer, freelancer, author, freelancer, journalist. You write articles, you publish the articles and you get the royalty. You are in this category. Such a huge list. The problem again is we don't know this. And neither those crooks, agents who don't know anything, they also don't know anything about it. I am getting like, sometimes I tell you a funny thing. I get videos, people are imitating my videos, but imitating will not help, right? So it's knowledge is knowledge. You can copy to a limit, right? So let's okay. Now these are the categories. Now what is eligibility? Eligibility is under this category. The eligibility is that you have to be self-employed, and most important thing, I am putting an underline under this, relevant experience. Now, what is relevant experience? You have to have that relevant experience. I'll come to that, what is relevant experience. Willing and able to be self-employed. When you come here, you can be self-employed. You don't have to join any house, you don't have to join any organization. You are capable and you have that potential that you can come to Canada and you can sustain yourself, right? You meet the program selection criteria. What is the selection criteria? I'll share with you. So you are able to clear the medical, security and other requirements. And here another last important thing is significant contribution. I have underlined the word significant contribution. What is significant contribution? I'll explain to you. So first of all, let's understand what is relevant experience. So here the relevant experience is very important thing, because relevant experience has to be that you have taken part in the cultural or athletics, either in the cultural activity or in the athletics at a particular level. You can't say, I was playing for my school, I was playing hockey for my school, I was playing cricket for my school. No, that is not going to help you. No, I make paintings at home for my kids. Can you consider me in the cultural category? No. If you are a painter, if you make paintings, you have your shows, you have galleries to display, and people purchase those paintings, that's where you become painter. Okay, so just example that you have to have some level. You could be at a state level, you could be at a national level, you could won Commonwealth Games, you have won Asiad Games, or you can won any kind of all these levels, right? You participated in the Olympics, you have a level. You can say that I am at a particular level. So that's taken part at a particular level, and last 2 years, your experience has to be relevant in the last 2 years out of the 5 years. So suppose today we put your file, then from that point go back 5 years. Now why is this thing that they only want 2 years experience? Why? Because these actors, these media personalities, they don't like to work all the time. Like for example, an actor is there, he goes into the movie becomes super hit, he gets that much money, he says, I don't want to work for next 1 year, I'll enjoy, I'll relax, I'll enjoy. So for example, he has worked in 2019, 2020 he said, I have not worked, I have enough money to sustain myself. 2021, I have enough money to sustain, I don't want to work. 2022, he started working. So basically, he worked in 2019 and then 2022. So that's how government also understands that artists, cultural persons are sometimes moody. They don't need to work all the time. They have enough money to sustain themselves. So that's why you have to show 2 years period, 1 year of each period in the last 5 years. So that is important, 2 1-year periods of being self-employed. So this is about the relevant experience. This can be mixed also, right? You can be a cultural also, you can be in the athletics also. That part can also be considered. So this is the relevant experience. Now the another important thing is significant contribution. So significant contribution, again, there is no set definition of the word significant contribution. Only the visa officer have that power to judge that you can definitely make that significant contribution. This is up to the visa officer, right? Again, if you have participated at a national level, or maybe at a local level also, but if you make the contribution, you can prove that you can make the contribution to the Canadian economy, you are good, right? So that's again up to the judgment of visa officer. You intend to be self-employed and help to grow the Canadian culture or sports. As simple as that. So how you can contribute, Canada is calling you to hear from another country. So, but what will they get in return, right? You get a PR, what will Canada get in return from you? So you can tell they will get, your contribution on the sports or on the cultural side. So this is about significant contribution. Now let us look at the selection criteria. So selection criteria is very, very, very simple. You just need 35 out of 100. I mean, this much we all can score even at our school level also, right? 35 points out of 100 points. So there are 5 criteria: education, language ability, work experience, age, and lastly adaptability. These 5 factors are there, and out of these 5 factors, this is 100 marks are total there. Out of those 100 marks, you need to score how much? 35. 35 you need to score. So here is the breakup of each category. Education, maximum points 25, experience, maximum points 35, age, maximum points 10, language 24, adaptability 6, total makes it 100 points. Out of 100, if you make 35 points, if you get 35 points, you are qualified. That's all. You need to have 35 points. Now, let's look at each criteria. Education. You have maximum 25 points. If you are master's degree holder or above, you get 25 points, right? For high school level, you get 5 points and it goes above it. Suppose you have completed grade 12 and a diploma is, you have done any kind of diploma, you get 12 points. So this is the point breakdown. Maximum you can get is 25 points, and if you are at a high school level, you get 5 points. So again, this is education. Experience, you can get 35 points. If you have 2 years of experience, you get 20 points. If you have 5 years of experience, you can get maximum 35 points. So this is about experience. Now age. In the age category, you can get maximum 10 points. So maximum points you can get in the age of 21 to 49. If you are between 21 to 49 years of age, you get maximum points, which is 10 points. So above the age of 54, you get 0 points. But you are not disqualified on the basis of age. Even if you are 55, you will not get age points, but you can still qualify if you get 35 points. So age is not a limitation in this program. Language, maximum points you can get is 24, right? First language mostly first language for us is English. Second language is French. If you are so good in your French, you can make it as a first language, but mostly people have English as a first language, and second language is French. So if you have a good proficiency, which is CLB level 8 or higher, you can get 16 points. Maximum you can get is 24. So if your CLB level is very bad, you get just 4 points still also you get 2 points. So for language testing, you can do two things. One is IELTS, the second one is CELPIP. For immigration purposes, only two tests are allowed. IELTS and CELPIP, only two tests. For study visa, with other categories, you have other options, but here for immigration purposes, only two tests, IELTS and CELPIP. In the IELTS category, there are academic and general, you need to do the general category, right? So this is the maximum points you can get for the language. Adaptability. Maximum points are 6 points, and adaptability tells you how good you can get yourself established here in Canada. So if you have a relative here in Canada, you get free points. You get 5 points free. I have mentioned in my previous videos also the value of relatives. So if you have studied from Canada, you get 5 points. If you have worked in Canada, you get 5 points. And if you are married and your spouse is there, if she is educated, you get 5 points. You can mix and match, but maximum you can get is 6 points. So this is the maximum level. This is all about this program. This program is wonderful, but again, the understanding of this program has to be there. So if you need to know more about any other visa program or any other immigration, you can reach out to our office. You want to discuss your case, you can reach out to our office. Our office is located in Brampton, and email ID and phone numbers are shared here with you. Once again, very important thing. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.